What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We're back in the boxing zone talking a double header here. Ray Ford versus Thomas Matrice. Jaron Boots Ennis taking on Elimantas Stanionis. I know I butchered the name, but hey, this is the way it goes. As always, before we jump into the action, go down, like, and subscribe. Comment who y'all got in this action-packed double header. I'm Paul Pickle-Winham, and who's with me for this one?
What's going on, boys? It's your man, Marcus Primetime Penley. I just got to say one thing real quick. Go Gators!
Oh, my God. I knew this was happening.
Fucking did. Southpaws run boxing because, Southpaws, they always run boxing. That's just the truth. Boots is a switch hitter, so, you know what I'm saying? So he's kind of, he's half and half. He's like a half breed with it, half with it. But yeah, it's your boy Southpaws.
Run the nation. With the Southpaw.
You know what I'm saying? Here to discuss beautiful fights, a beautiful weekend of fights. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere.
We haven't
new lighting too.
I was saying we haven't seen each other in a few weeks. We got this boy Gator in a new crib. Gators are national champions. How was that for one from the Gainesville perspective and one from the Tampa perspective?
Dude, I got home quick. I was not trying to get caught in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them if the people who, they flooded the city, you know what I'm saying? They made it like it looked like a parade, you know what I'm saying? And it was like from like all night, it was just all out. I was able to gather.
What street were they on? Because
it was University, so you know
okay.
What Midtown is? Midtown, it was right on Midtown. Like
okay.
You know where Midtown is, right?
Yeah, where all the bars are.
Right, yeah, right, and the stadium's right there. So it was that road. It was actually that light that dude fell off the light pole.
Yeah,
I'm over here something like that's gonna happen every single time. I'm pretty sure Eagles fan died because he did something like that because they won a Super Bowl. You're always gonna get
that boy fucking fell on the concrete, bro. He ate that shit. Well, I don't know if he ate it, but he didn't catch his ass.
He was so drunk, he probably did eat that bitch and didn't feel that shit.
I mean, they put out the stretcher, so I mean, hopefully just straight, but. He fell on slack concrete, bro. I thought it was a crowd. Crowd underneath, so I thought
they got out of the way. I don't know why they didn't catch him. They got out of the way.
Yeah, bro. The video, I'm like, oh, he fell. And then there's another video where he's they're closer, bro. He falls slap on concrete, bro. Slap on the road.
Imagine those are your boys, bro. Imagine those are your boys below you. You fall. You wake up in the hospital the next day and you see the video and everyone got out the way, bro. They just let you fucking smack.
I would have tell bro, fuck it, Gators win.
Yeah, fuck. This is the craziest falling games within the last 3 years. A dude was high crack and fell through the Buell's high school roof during the wrestling match. That was me, you know what I'm saying? So Gainesville, these people are special out here, you know what I'm saying?
That shit was crazy, man.
We appreciate y'all talking about them fucking Gators. Shout out y'all boys. Y'all did do that. Y'all were calling it all season long. I was hating at first, but towards the end, I was like, I really didn't want any other team to win, but I was also like, if they win, I do gotta hear this shit.
Especially me.
Yeah, well, Miami, they went to the Final Four a couple years ago too. You know what I'm saying?
And the women's
I really
at that time.
And FAU, so I really just root for the team. You know what I'm saying? The rivalry stuff is football.
But we do got a nice little action-packed card right here. This is this Boots' first fight with Eddie Hearn, or is this his second fight with Eddie Hearn?
With Eddie Hearn?
Yeah, because Boots signed with Eddie Hearn on DAZN.
For fun purposes, we'll say it's the first because
why not?
We can't name another. We can't name another.
His last fight was the rematch, wasn't it? With Karen. I'm pretty. That might have been underneath Eddie.
Damn, wait. So is Al Heyman losing everybody?
Yeah, bro. Fucking.
No. He's letting his minions go off other places.
That boy Al Heyman's got to be one of the biggest folds. He's supposed to take over boxing.
He is the best. He's the best at what he does because
if you want your money, but
you never hear from him. You don't know.
No, you're right. You're right. He's like Batman. He's like in the shadows.
This false persona of what's the name again? Al Heyman. Nobody has ever heard his voice. I've seen so many.
You barely know what he looked like. Honestly, if I showed you a picture and said no name, you might not even know that.
4 or 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying?
He ain't got motion like my boy Eddie. He ain't got motion.
Eddie likes the camera. Even Bob low-key likes the camera.
Okay. Let's not be deluded. He has way more motion than Eddie Hearn. You know? Look at his highest fights. Let's compare his the top fights to Eddie Hearn's top fights. You know what
Eddie Hearn is slick.
Let's just compare. But anyways, what were we going again?
Bro, Al, only thing Al got is Tyson, and no one knows what the fuck Tyson doing right now.
Shit, man. PBC was supposed to take over, but exactly what Dana White is trying to do, that's what Al Heyman and PBC was trying to do back in 2016, 2015, where he started paying all these prospects, paying all these guys. He was only having fights on his network, but that shit crumbled fast.
You just think you got your years wrong there.
Nah, it was like, 2015, 2016 is when PBC really started to take off.
Well, they got founded in 2015, but they didn't start their shenanigans right away.
That's also the reason. I mean, we're getting off track, but that's also the reason why Errol Spence was ducking Crawford is because Al Heyman only wanted to keep that shit in house.
All right,
he's an in-house guy.
I did some research, and he got signed in 2014 in April with Eddie. And he's had 2 fights under Eddie. He had the David Avaniasan fight where he retired him in the 5th round, and then the rematch with Karen Kuchelazzi, which was late last year.
You talking about Boots?
Yeah, Boots. So this is technically.
What happened to the rematch? I completely forgot. I didn't think that
he looked a lot better. He looked a lot better, but of course he fell flat on his promise of getting the KO because even though he looked.
I remember that.
He's not a fighter you can finish. You know what I'm saying?
It just wasn't like a. He still was looking for that one-shot KO instead of just like boxing him like he was. But before we get into the main event, Ray Ford, Thomas Matrice, this one. The odds are fat. Ray Ford minus 1,000. Matrice plus 550 on the odds. So if you think Matrice is going to pull off the upset here, go place your bets.
I mean, he could. Ray Ford showing that. There's been fights where Ray Ford has been minus 1,000, and he would win the fight off robbery. I forgot who it was. I do remember the date. That was around, I guess, February 2023.
You talking about Ray Ford?
Yeah, Ray Ford, whatever. There's been multiple fights where he's gotten gifted decisions, but he's looked better.
He got robbed from, not robbed.
He looked better recently. Don't say he got robbed from Nick Ball. He got his ass beat. I don't know what the hell.
He should have won the Nick Ball fight.
Look, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know if you've seen this one fight, Paul, but this dude got his ass beat.
No, I watched Nick. I love me some Nick Ball, right?
This dude, I don't. So like,
I with Nick Ball, but
5 and that motherfucker just throwing hooks, walking.
Everyone knows he got his ass beat, but there's Ray Ford has a very small fan base. Everyone knows he got his ass beat. There's a small section of Ray Ford fans who think he won that fight. It's like saying that it's like Earl Spence. It's like if I were to say Earl Spence won rounds against Terrence Crawford. It's not true. It's not true.
Whoa!
I actually follow Ray Ford. I follow Ray Ford on Twitter, and the way he be tweeting on Twitter, he does talk some big game on Twitter, and also he be talking crazy on Twitter because sometimes I just be scrolling down to Twitter and I see his tweet. I don't even realize it's Ray Ford just by the way he's talking. I think it's just a normal Twitter.
You cannot compare Ray Ford versus Nick fucking Ball to Errol Spence getting his fucking brain smashed.
That was the same. That
Ray Ford was getting seconds. So that fight.
It wasn't that bad. I think Nick Ball won the fight.
Look at the judges' scorecards. That was a 15.
Bro, Nick Ball was
15, like what? 8, like
me about scorecards.
It's tweaking. We watched that fight, bro. Like,
we did. Nick Ball is, bro. You also gotta think Nick Ball is 4'11". It was.
I fought with Nick Ball.
Bro, Nick Ball destroyed.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah,
and then Ray Ford also followed it up with fight of the year.
Against
right after that, or was that before?
That was before that.
He fought a mid-tier opponent.
That was.
Oh yeah, that's when he won his belt, and then Nick Ball took his belt.
Yep, life and death with him. A mid-tier opponent.
Since then, he's won one fight. He beat what's his name? Fucking. It was just earlier. He was on the same card as Boots, I believe. Orlando Gonzalez.
Oh, was that the hook? Was that the one where he threw the hook, the right hook?
No, that was the fight before. This one was a 12-round decision. His last fight, he went all 12 rounds.
Okay.
He went all 10 rounds because and now he's back for this. This is a vacant belt. This is just, I guess,
easy money.
Yeah, well,
easy
not a real
money.
belt. This is some continental bullshit. But this is
he's not good enough to win the real belt. You know,
and he's got him. He already got a belt.
Thomas Patrice. I say the only thing I will say about this fight is Thomas Patrice. He went all 10 rounds, and it was a very close fight. This was also about 5 years ago. This is in 2020, but against Pitbull Cruz, he went all 10 rounds with Pitbull Cruz, and that bitch. And he took every shot that Pitbull had, and it was like, I think the scorecards had it 6-4 for Cruz. It was a majority decision going for Cruz. It was a close fight, and I don't think Ray Ford's going to knock him out. So
I like it.
So I think this fight goes all 10 rounds, and Ray Ford just stylistically sometimes doesn't look the best when it comes to scorecards. To me, that's the only thing that gets me to bet on Matrice, because at like plus 600 odds, I'm gonna sprinkle something on Matrice in this hope that he's come to play some ball.
I got stoppage Ray Ford, man. He's got very low. Like, I'm not gonna say he got power, but he got pop in his hands. He got pop in both hands. He's a great boxer from the outside. He can fight in the inside. I mean, when we was talking about in the group chat, like, he's not elite where he's top 10 pound for pound or whatever. I'm not even trying to say all that. But that man's definitely very, very fucking good at fighting. You know what I'm saying? He's like right there. Giving him the elite title because his bag is elite, bro. He got pop, and he's a fucking elite southpaw. He's a southpaw. How are you even hating on him? He's a better southpaw than... I don't know, but you were tweaking.
He might be the worst.
I was going to say some crazy shit, but that would fuck myself up.
He's really the worst southpaw I know. He's the worst southpaw I know. And also,
all right. See, now that's tweaking, bro.
And to give you a better perspective, Paul, how do you feel about Patty? He's our boxing versions of Patty, if that makes sense.
No, I know about Chris Ford. I've seen him get gifted in the fight that he won, which was arguably fighting.
He did get gifted a long time ago. I do remember.
No. He got gifted multiple times. That wasn't the first time he got gifted.
The fight where he knocked out old boy in the 12th round, he was down on the card, but also he did that shit in the 12th round. Like he knocked him out. Like, don't get.
That's why he got power, bro.
He does have power. But also, this is the same guy. Like I said, like, usually to me, if you are down on cards and you're relying on that KO, especially that.
But it wasn't like he was down, like he needed
decision. You've been gifted decision, and I'm just saying his style isn't set up to look good on scorecards. Thomas Patrice, it kind of can make shit muddy. They also have similar opponents where the guy that Ray Ford knocked out in the final round to win the belt. Old boy Thomas Patrice went to decision with him. Lost that fight by like a majority decision. So like these are close decisions, and I'm just saying that for Ray Ford to come in at minus 1,000 favorite and having all these close decisions, he's going up against somebody who likes to make shit muddy. It's just kind of interesting.
I don't know. I think bro wants to go, like, he's talking shit with guys like Shoo. Like, there's a bunch of shit talking on Twitter. He wants the bigger fight. That fight isn't gonna happen. I ain't saying that because we know how Top Rank gets down. But you sleep on Ray Ford, man. That boy's gonna come out, show out, and he's gonna win by stoppage. We're
gonna be texting in the group chat during this fight. I'm gonna be like, bro,
we're gonna see.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be this.
He low-key really might put fucking hands on that dude. Like, that shit might be a beatdown.
On to the main event here. We got 3 belts on the line. We got the IBF WBA, and the Ring Magazine is putting their hat in the fucking in on this. Boots versus Stanionis, the 2 best 147 pounders. Number 1, number 2, I think ranked by most divisions and to most people's eyes as well. Undefeated streak. What's the famous saying? Somebody's O has got to go. How are we feeling about this one here?
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll go, man. This is like I said before. I don't know if we were recording at the time, but I think this is the best fight in the world right now. There's not better across any combat sport. There's not a better fight. These are 2 guys on the younger side, younger and energetic. They were just lost like 3 years ago. Now full blown contenders. Experience. Champions at that. Don't forget, champions at that. just contenders are now champions. They were kind of sitting behind the Crawford, who kept making the whole division weight, and they were just kind of the welterweights behind them. But now they're younger, they're more explosive, they're more exciting. And Stanionis, talk about a guy easily has a top 5 jab in boxing. Me personally, top 3, but I could be going crazy. But he has one of the best jabs in boxing. Sharp, crisp, and he kind of jabs like Triple G. And you know what I'm saying, how he keeps it active. So, and Boots, you know what I'm saying, we all know Boots, one of the best talent we've ever seen in the history of boxing. Probably the best talent we've seen since Roy Jones Jr., since the Roy Jones Jr. days. So
Crawford.
this is, now he's way more talented than Crawford, but since the Roy Jones Jr. days, you know what I'm saying, we haven't seen talent like this, explosiveness like this, speed like this, and someone who can switch hit like this. We haven't seen that since Roy Jones Jr. So this battle. This is a battle. This is a battle. This is war. We've been waiting for this one for months, but they're actually like in their prime now. They're not like youngins. They're not, in their early 20s. They're in their late 20s, entering their prime. And man, this is gonna be a banger. I can't wait for it.
But back to this, I do. Stanionis' jab is like
he can go in a lot of cages.
They compare that bitch to Triple G because he throws that bitch very stiff. Like he doesn't use that bitch for anything else other than like knocking your head back some. Like he's not playing.
It's sharp. It's like
Boots on the other hand, he likes to probe around with the jab. He likes to throw like 3 punches with the same lead hand, like bang, 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 throw something to the body. And to me, I think it comes down to who's gonna win the battle of the jab. Is Boots' pure like athleticism gonna kind of be a little too much, or his speed reaction time is just gonna be kind of come play a factor into the later rounds, or Stanionis, who I don't want to discredit him by saying this, but like for anyone who doesn't know much about him, he's kind of like a poor man's Bivol, where he's not, his footwork isn't as nice as Bivol's, but he does do the basics very well. Like fundamentally sound. He is gonna walk you. He is walking you straight down. He's gonna pressure you.
Puts his head down.
He is throwing that jab to keep you uncomfortable. He can move. He's moving the head. He's not overexerting any force. But he doesn't have the same defensive ability as I think Bivol has. So that's what kind of the interesting thing with this fight is. It's like very different styles. Where like Stanionis is the pressure fire going forward, Bivol, whereas Boots is the dynamic athlete in the ring, where he kind of puts on these shows, and it's kind of like is the fundamentally based sound guy who's all like straightforward, no bullshit, or like the flair specialty rah like Boots. This is clash of two worlds. Like Philly, where is Stanionis from? Is that he's not Ukraine, is he? Like what?
It's somewhere over there though.
Yeah, like I don't recognize that flag off top of my Lithuania. Like it's there's no glitz and glamour with his shit.
Man, dude, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he also likes to come forward a lot too. That's the thing, you know what I'm saying? He's really pressure. He comes forward with that jab, and he's a very active fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have boots on his back. He's going to have boots on his back. 2 year
layoff though, not his. 2022 he didn't fight till earlier last year because he had the Virgil Ortiz fight set.
Because Virgil's a pussy. Yeah, we know. Virgil's a pussy. We know this.
So for 2 years, Stanionis has been on the shelf. He was actively training for fights. We just hadn't seen him in the actual fight itself. But he never ducked any smoke. He wanted the Virgil fight. He unfortunately didn't get it. Turns around, and before he fights Boots, he does fight 15-0. What's a 15-0 Gabriel Mastre.
He won the Boots in 2022. Also, you know, he did win the Boots.
So he's ready for it. He got his tune-up fight, and now he's got Boots. Like this is
and he's gonna have Boots on the back foot too. He's gonna have him on the back foot. Boots is gonna be on the back foot this fight too, definitely.
The exact reason why y'all explaining him coming forward, jabbing, coming forward, not too much on his defense, is exactly why I think he's tailor-made for Boots.
No, he does have good defense. He's just not
Boots has zero defense too. That's the thing though.
If this was Pokemon, like, you know, they evolved to like final form. Like Bivol is the fucking Charizard, like the final form. Like the middle one is Stanionis.
But he's not.
He's slightly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like he's gonna come forward to Boots. Boots is like you said, yeah. He's gonna be on his back foot probably most of the fight, and he's gonna be looking for those counter shots. He might even work the inside on his ass. Uppercut. But honestly, I think not. I'm not gonna say like a clean sweep because that might be a little crazy. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think Boots is gonna handle, bro. I just think like Boots is just gonna like you're gonna see the levels in there, and I think Boots is just gonna be a little bit sharper. I feel like he's gonna be better in the inside fight. He's gonna be able to obviously box him from the outside, but I don't know, man. I think dude's style is just set up for Boots to just kind of show out. And if that don't happen, then I think there's gonna be some question marks on my dog Boots.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like it does sound like it's tailor made, but Boots has no defense either. You know what I'm saying? Boots.
No, that's true. That's why this
Boots,
fight is answering a lot of questions about Boots. Is Boots actually this elite guy that everyone wants to put him in, like the category they want to put him in, or is he somewhere else? You know what I'm saying? So I think this fight is gonna answer a lot of questions that we've been asking for like what 4 or 5 years now.
I think they're 1-2. Yeah, well, I mean, they're 1-2, and they're waiting. Since we're gonna assume Earl's out of there and Crawford moved up.
Them boys gone. But also that boy Boots is gonna have to leave too. You see how skinny?
But Boots should move up. He certainly should have been moved up, but he's like a fight away. But he's like a fight away from undisputed. So he's like, okay, he's like, okay, I can destroy my body for like one more fight.
Yeah, that's true. But also, we're gonna have to pay attention to that chin though.
Yeah,
he
dropping weight like that.
Honestly, it's Brian Norman and Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios is hanging on by a fucking thread with that belt.
Oh, Mario Barrios, man!
It's really that's why this fight has fucking everyone bricked up the way we are because fucking this is 1-2. This is a premier weight.
It's the best fight in the world right now.
Are you talking about all the boxing or just
all of combat sports, including UFC, including MMA, including kickboxing?
I can name like 5 fights off the dome.
Whatever happening in the anime world, there's a hot fight in anime. It doesn't matter. This is the best fight in the world.
This fight,
Crawford Canelo, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, part 2.
Crawford and Canelo are two.
We gotta keep.
They're both washed up. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney are both social media influencers. They aren't.
I'm gonna give out my pick here.
There's nothing better than this. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, because I really do fuck with Stanionis heavy. Like I think it's just unfortunately he's in a generation where Boots is currently living in. I think Boots wins, but I don't think like Marcus over here talking about potentially clean sweep. He's gonna show the levels. I think the first 4 rounds, Stanionis is probably gonna win because I think Boots does his biggest, not even weakness, but he's so good at what he does. And he's so athletically gifted that like he kind of falters in areas where he should be polished. Just because like he'll throw a punch and he stays in the pocket, like almost like looking at what he just did instead of being defensively sound and getting out of there. He'll just kind of like, ooh, and then he sometimes get caught.
That's all that fucking sparring he does, bro. He's so used to sparring.
When he throws his counters a lot of the time, he does it where he allows the guy to land first, and he's shooting the counter off that. And it's because he believes in his power more than the guy in front of him. And unfortunately, that's where I think where Stanionis wins the first 4 rounds because he's gonna outbox him. The proven jab that Boots is gonna throw at him, like where he tries to feel it out, throw a couple of. When he misses because he's not reading the distance properly, where he's throwing out that jab, just feeling it out, that's where Stanionis is really good at. Like, if you miss that jab, he counters with his jab, and he lands that bitch constantly throughout the whole fight while walking you down. He's really good at keeping, like, knowing the distance. So I think first 4 rounds, maybe in the first 5 rounds, he's cooking. He's probably up like 4-1, 4-2. But then I think he starts off nice, but the second half is Boots' power. Boots' generational athleticism, it's just gonna start adding up, and then Boots is gonna go into the inside. The one thing Stanionis lacks is power. So, like, if he was able to really hurt Boots and put him in some trouble in situations, I think he would probably win this fight because he just kind of would do more than what Boots could do. But the fact that he doesn't have that, Boots is gonna get on the inside and then start throwing volume. I think he's gonna start just ripping towards the body, ripping the uppercut, fucking just start showing off his like just do a showcase of skills towards the side. And he's gonna. I got this going all the way all 12. I got Boots by like split decision. Like picking. I think first half of the fight Stanionis. Second half Boots just shows why he's the generational talent he is.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like this is gonna be a real battle. You know what I'm saying. Stanionis, he could be hunting Boots all night. You know what I'm saying, chasing him down. If he, finds that dog and just stab him. But Boots, he's on a whole nother level, and I think Boots has a perfect game plan. It's one of those game plans that it's like shit. He's gonna make this guy look bad. You know what I'm saying? He's really gonna just do him in with it. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna switch hit. He's gonna switch back to southpaw. Back just like you said, he's gonna dig his body. You know what I'm saying? And stay honest. If he's gonna keep that pressure thing where he has his head down, Boots is gonna pick his head apart. You know what I'm saying? Stanionis says he comes down with his head down and like jab, but Boots is just gonna pick his head apart when all the points. And I'm not 100% sure if it will be established, but it could be. I have Boots for domination. Boots he's really gonna make it look easy, I think. You know what I'm saying? But Stanionis, he's still one of the best in the world at what he does. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, and the one thing Boots I think wins this, but this is gonna be a wake up call that like there are people that are pretty out there that are really good as well. But until I think Boots runs into somebody who has the power to like chin check him for lapsing on his defensive shit, I think we'll continuously see like Boots always could look like he could be a little bit better.
I think that will get cleaned up as he keeps fighting these kind of guys. Cause I think my headphones died. But I think oh, I'm good. All right, but I feel like he's so used to putting belt to ass on everybody that like he kind of gets like, I'm not saying he gets like, he just kind of like sits back, or like how you saying he definitely admires his work. That's one thing I've always noticed about Boots. But I mean, that's what happens when
he likes to throw a little reckless because he doesn't believe the guy in front of him is gonna put him down. And then if he's gonna run into somebody who's gonna have the power to put him down, or just hit him with a clean one that wobbles him,
or just have enough IQ to when you're doing all this shit, like they're gonna know what to do, or at least they can rip the body or something.
And just watch if Stanionis comes out like 3-0 or something, and Boots doesn't change the game plan, and Boots don't change the game plan, bro, and he tries to just flashy his way through it. I just gonna be. I just remember the first Karen fight, and people kept saying Karen's running from. Karen's just using good footwork.
Cutting off the ring.
He was just using good footwork. I'm sorry you don't know how to get in within range, and Boots was getting frustrated with shit like that. And that was the first time I saw a chip in the armor of Boots of like, oh, this stop loading up on your punches, set up the shot, cut off the ring, use the footwork. Like you're not relying on skills, you're relying on athleticism. And like that was the first time.
Yeah, that fight answered a lot of questions I had about Boots. I was like, okay, this is interesting right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, can you cut off the ring? You know what I'm saying? Because up until that point, he was kind of put against stationary guys. Very stationary, very punching bags.
Power punches too. Big
punching. Power punch. He was getting put against punching bags with power.
Is this fight in Philly?
Yeah.
Boardwalk called this fight in Philly. He was also. I watched the little pre-fight stuff. He wants to bring more belts to Philly, just like Fulton.
He's the only good thing that comes out of Philly.
Damn, spoke Stephen Fulton.
Damn, only good thing.
No, well, I mean him and Fulton. Yeah, both.
Damn, but you never have a good cheesesteak in your life, my guy.
No, I did not. I hate cheesesteak.
You don't fuck with Bryce Harper?
I hate cheesesteak. Bryce Harper, I used to fuck with him, but he was.
That's fine. He ain't really from Philly though, so fuck him.
But appreciate everybody watching. We do got to dip up out of here. Stay tuned. Double header dropping this week. We also got UFC 314 popping off this weekend. But we had to break down Boots. We had to talk boxing a little bit, but it's definitely heating up. May, King, Canelo coming back. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Teofimo. It's gonna be anyways taking over Vegas. It's gonna be It's gonna be a fucking lit ass spring/summer, I guess, of boxing. But as always, go down, like, subscribe, comment what y'all think on this card. I'm Paul Pickle-Winham, Marcus Primetime Penley, Southpaw's Run Boxing, Jamari Gator Boy. And if y'all didn't know, now y'all know, motherfuckers.